Siyanamukela kuhlelo lwethu Ikhula Grow Your Business, and today I am sitting with Hlengiwe of ZACREATE and the Antiquarian. I hope I got that right.
Yes.
It's a fairly hectic word. You're passionate about artisan development. There are products that you procure from across the country and the continent. You're also passionate about woodwork and the business that is. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, I was born in KZN, and I'm a KZN girl, resident in Johannesburg. Kodwa nje ngohlala ngingane kwaZulu. Born in Ngutu, and we always say we are from the United States of Ngutu.
Sure.
And I was born into a home that was endowed with traditional artifacts, what we now call African craft. And of course, our parents and our great parents will also regale us with stories of what and where those came from and what they were associated with. So I've always been very passionate about the storytelling component of what each craft piece that is associated with my people, and of course all other cultural groups in South Africa has been about, and all other cultural groups in the continent. So I was born into that environment, but it was also driven by my own concern with my personal identity.
Sure. And
finding myself as an African woman in a continent where much of its riches, its natural resources, were not being valued. And so it also comes from that level of consciousness, my love for craft. And I'm taking it forward now. I've got an opportunity to take that forward through this craft artisanal project.
And, I understand that, generally the dream is to actually become a hub or a portal, as it were, a platform for all of these artisans to come and showcase their work, to get collections going, to get sales going.
Yes.
How is that project coming along?
So the project has got 4 key components, if I may just walk you through that very briefly. So we source craft from the continent as a whole and showcase and tell stories about that craft, and of course sell it as well, because that people would love to have those rare capsule and signature collections. We also commission the production of high value, bespoke, niche African craft that gets modernized, but gets modernized in a way that doesn't really strip it of its essence, of its historical and heritage essence. We also facilitate market access for survivalist crafters, and may I just say, most of whom are women that are sustaining families and do need access to markets, do need assistance with product development. And then the last component of the project is what we refer to as establishing an artisan development program that includes upskilling crafters, exposing them to the language and the practice of design, and really being a hub where you can order and custom make collections for corporate buyers and for, of course, individual buyers as well, both the domestic as well as the global market.
Ngalo msebenzi wezandla abantu bayakwazi ukuphila yini?
Bangakwazi ukuphila futhi bakhona ke sebekwazi ukuphila. I mean, we've got some amazing crafters at KZN, for example, the Ilala weavers, or Mama or Angeline Masuku. They are getting a lot of exposure internationally, and we need to be according them and affording them the same exposure here at home. And bayakwazi ukuphila, they can train other crafters to ensure that we pass on this knowledge to to coming generations.
So speaking about that intergenerational transfer, do you find that maybe, as it relates to business and younger people starting businesses in this area, are they more impatient with the system? Are they agitating more than perhaps the older, more experienced, you call them master crafters? So people that are coming in now that are younger, are they pushing the envelope a lot more than perhaps their predecessors?
A bit of that is there, and I think my personal strive is seeing a practical collaboration between master crafters and the emerging crafters.
Yes.
And remember, the emerging crafters also, some of them have had the opportunity now of going to school and acquiring qualifications. Sometimes it's art, sometimes they're graphic designers, sometimes product design or industrial designers, or just a particular skill that they've learned as a side hustle. And it will be so nice because they have got this skill in the inside. They are more innovative.
Yes.
Imagine if we really got programs that match them with master crafters, so that those traditional techniques, which are scarce skills, can be passed on to the next generation.
Sure.
And then infuse that with the youthfulness of the emerging crafters. We have a group of artisans and artisan SMMEs that are signed up with our business ZACREATE. And it's all young people.
Yes.
Most of them are below the ages of 30.
Sure.
And they're creating amazing products. So, I mean, the idea really is, can we do contemporary craft, but we do it on the backdrop of what has been done by master crafters and all those that came before us.
But now, Mahlengi, I mean, perhaps there might sometimes be a disjuncture, if you will, between the good intentions of government and the lived reality of artisans, or as you call them, survivalist crafters. Care to share an experience or two on that?
I can't think of something specific off the cuff, but I do know that there is a view, a perception by crafters, especially survivalist crafters, the ones that have been working and doing craft for the past 25 years, somewhere along the street in, Kumalo Street in Togoza, which is one of our the townships in Eguruleni, who would say, government past year came here and we thought we could maybe get shelter from which I could work and continue to doing this amazing pottery that I'm doing. But 25 years later, I'm still where I was. So clearly there is a disconnect somewhere. On the other hand, of course, there are crafters that have been assisted by the state. But I think all of us will say it's not nearly enough.
I understand this is, again, also a business at the end of the day.
Yes.
This is your showroom, this beautiful space. How do people get in touch with you? Where are we? How can they visit you?
Thanks for that. So we've just on the throes of going live and launching our online marketplace, where we're going to be retailing craft. So any SMME, particularly women-owned enterprises, and individual crafters that haven't registered a business, we're going to be showcasing their products on that platform. So that's the one thing that platform is going to be doing. So you can buy without having to come through, so we'll facilitate that. And then the other innovative thing about that platform is the fact that it's going to be telling stories about craft and stories about heritage, and connecting that to the products that you're going to be finding on this online marketplace. So you can find us on www.zacreate.co.za. You can also find us on the various social media platforms, so Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as LinkedIn. You can also physically visit our showroom, because we privilege that we have a showroom where we actually communicate what you see online, and you can be able now to have a physical contact with our products, and we can get to speak to you even about the project, the broadest project. We are in Linmeyer, the corner of the hill, which is in the south of Johannesburg, and you can find us there, number 49 Kwaggashoek Road, and you can call us as well on 0768915420 or 0114361625.
Sibonge kakhulu Mabhengu ngesikhathi sakho.
Ngiyayibongela nami, ngibonga kakhulu.